Hello, welcome to day 4 of our Silver in 7 challenge. I hope that you're beginning to really get some traction in reaching out to others, to building your prospect list continually, to following up, and really getting creative in your personal posts. And I hope that you're taking advantage of adding in an upline and into a conversation, bringing them in for validation, for training, and really giving you a little bit more support in your business. We're never to do this alone. We're here for one another. So I hope that you begin using that tool. So today what I want to talk about is your confidence and your belief in yourself. Okay? What I want to talk about is you're probably starting to hear some objections, and you may have even heard the word no from people. And in the beginning, that can be a hard thing to hear. Objections can be hard to overcome in the beginning. But what I want to talk about is how no or an objection rarely means no. A lot of times it just means that there's a deep-seated issue that we need to overcome, that we need to chat about. So it may be a financial. They're saying no because they look at the prices right away and don't see the value in the investment. So we just sometimes need to dig a little deeper. And if it's a financial objection, then let's talk about how the financial compensation can be such a blessing. And so kind of digging in a little bit deeper. Maybe they don't really understand the value of these products and need a little bit more education. So no does not always mean no. I want you to dig a little bit deeper and don't just immediately move right on to a next person and dismiss that. So I want you to think about that. Sorry, the sun's a little off. And also, no does not always mean a rejecting of the products in the business forever. Oftentimes, people say no, and they just mean not right now. I've had many people that are on this team that have said no at a certain time, and then they've come back a couple months later and said, okay, now's the right time. So I want you to always keep those people's on your list and continue building those relationships and pouring into them, knowing that it's no doesn't always mean no. The second part of objections is how you handle that personally. One of my favorite examples of objections and rejections is the story of a waitress. So imagine you are sitting down at a breakfast place, having some breakfast, with your spouse, and a waitress comes around and asks if you want a cup of coffee, and you say no. You really don't feel like you'd rather have, orange juice or something like that. But that does not mean that you don't like coffee, or you won't like coffee, or won't want coffee later. And you may not like coffee. You may not want that. But the point of it is that waitress who is offering you coffee, she is not devastated and crushed when you say no and when you reject her offer of that. She just goes right on to the next table with her coffee pot, and she asks them. They say yes, she pours it, and she keeps moving on. And she may even circle around in about 15-20 minutes and ask if you'd like a cup of coffee again, if now's a better time, maybe with your food this time. So I want you to visualize that and think about that when you get a rejection, to be the waitress, not to be crushed because someone says they don't want it at that point. It might not be the right time. You might not like it, and that's okay. Plexus may not be for everyone, but they are not rejecting you as a person. They are not rejecting you. And so often I see people get their feelings hurt and getting just their confidence shattered because of a rejection. So I want to bring that back around, and I want to encourage you to take away the personal emotions that come with someone saying no. They're not rejecting you. Okay? They're rejecting what you're offering. And no does not always mean no. So I want you to dig a little deeper, but I also want you to circle back around sometimes, and move on. Move on to the next table, offer them the same thing. So I also want you to handle objections and rejections with grace. I want you to continue building relationships. We are not building relationships for our business. Okay? We are not using people. We are not using our friendships at all for our business. Even if they reject what you are offering them, I want you to continue pouring into that relationship. We are in the people building business. Okay? We care about people. That's why we're here. That's why we're sharing. We care about people. So continue building those relationships. So today, our challenge, I want you to gather up boldness in your daily life. It is so easy to get behind our computer or our phone and message people and to post on Facebook. But what happens is it takes away the face-to-face and the connection, the heart connection. So what I'm going to ask you is today, if you did not have plans of leaving your house or going out in public, I'm going to encourage you to do that. I'm going to encourage you to intentionally go out in your daily life and look for new relationships. We can put blinders on when we're out in public. Have our to-do list, check it off, and get home so that we can get about our Plexus business. But what I want you to do, I want you to put a couple samples in your purse or in your bag. And I would love for you to have business cards if you have those. But if not, I just want you to intentionally, when you are speaking with people, be prepared, be bold, and ask them, hey, what do you do? I'd love to know. Do you stay at home with your kids or do you work out, out in whatever? Do you have a job? And they always come back around and ask, well, what do you do? And instead of saying, well, I stay at home with my kids, or I'm a teacher, or something like that, say, I get to share about some amazing health products and a supplement line that is changing the lives of many people. And it's an incredible opportunity where moms are getting to stay at home with their children and retire early from work. So I want you to be bold in the products and in the business. So today I'm going to challenge you. This is your challenge, is to go out about your daily life, whether it's running to the library, picking your kids up from school, whatever you've got going on, run into the grocery store. Intentionally reach out, make new friends. And I want you to even friend them on Facebook. Right there, hand them your phone and say, hey, are you on Facebook? I'd love to continue talking. I'd love to get together sometime. So let's plan on a park date or something fun like that. So I'm asking you to go out, intentionally reach out to new relationships, get their information, and just boldly share what you do. Okay? So it's pretty awesome when you start thinking about, we come into contact with so many people every day, but a lot of times we're missing those opportunities to build new relationships. So today, that is your mission. Take care.